Feels like it's been forever, doesn't it? It does. It feels like it's been forever. But I decided why not, Got a pretty light day tomorrow at work. Couple little runs, Got a couple runs on Friday, one run on Friday, and then I'll be off early, you know? So I said, let's just go live real quick and talk about some things. I found a couple clips that I found interesting on X that I wanted to bring to you guys and just see how you feel. Check the temperature. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be real. Let's be real. The world is chaos right now, especially online, man. Especially online. You get online, oh God. And I'm gonna tell you, I might get a little spicy on this one. I might not. I'm just gonna ask God that you keep me in check. Don't let me get too far going out there. But I feel like I feel it like in my core that I gotta come on here and we gotta talk about these things. People that a lot of us in the MAGA movement, right? A lot of us looked up to a lot of names. We trusted a lot of different sources, and at one time thought like, yo, they're feeding me right information. Well, some of y'all thought that. Some of them I've always been skeptical about, but one in particular that has really let me down, man. Because I love them. I still love them. Praying for them brothers. But they've let me down. Hodge twins. And I got a couple clips to go through, right? But I got to bring this one to you guys because, yeah, what's up? I see you guys in the chat. What's up? I gotta bring this one to you because it's like, I don't know what happened to them. I don't know what happened to them. And we'll get into it. But do me a favor, everybody. Since you're here, do me a favor. Like this live, share this live out. Because as I told you earlier today, well, on Facebook, I didn't tell you guys over here on YouTube or on Rumble or on X. But look, I love politics. I love talking politics. I love talking about current events. I love talking about all these things and bringing some common sense to it. But I just be so busy. I'm busy. I work a full-time job. Praise God. You know what I'm saying? That I got the job because, after January 6th, it crushed me. It crushed me. They took my social media platforms, which on my social media platforms, I used to bring in like $10,000, a little more than $10,000 a month. And having to restart from scratch, it's been an uphill battle. It's been an uphill battle for me. And, at times I just feel like quitting and just not doing nothing at all. But I like it. I like talking. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to the wind, which most of the times I'm okay with. I'm okay with that sometimes. But now it's just time consuming because I'm working this job. I got a full-time gig and I love my job. I love driving. I'm a truck driver. You know what I'm saying? I love driving the truck, but coming home and having time to be able to do this, I'm forcing myself right now because I feel strongly that I need to, number one. Number two, this stuff needs to be addressed and needs to be talked about. And hopefully I could bring some focus to some of you guys, man, and help you kind of realign. Before we get into it, like I say, like the live, share it out. I'm gonna pull up some of you guys' comments on screen because I miss you guys, man. I miss y'all. What's going on, Joe? Binary, what's up, sis? How you doing? What's up, mom? How you feeling, mama? Hey, Miss Kathy. Joe. What's going on, bro? Creole, how you doing? All right. Priscilla Victor, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I miss y'all too. That's why I'm doing this right now, man. I a couple reasons. I miss you guys, but I feel like a lot of this stuff needs to be talked about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. Thank you for everybody that showed up so far. I know I didn't schedule this. It's just like spur of the moment because I got a little bit of time. So I'm like, let's knock it out real quick. So first, we got the Hodge twins right here, who I was talking about. Listen to this.
I don't hate Jews, but I do hate the fact that we are the backbone of Israel and we support them with whatever endeavor they want to go into. Like this whole Iran war. Doesn't make any sense. They said there's an imminent threat there. There's nuclear weapons. If it wasn't for Israel, we would have a entire different relationship with the Muslims.
Yeah.
I disagree. You're welcome to your opinion. I disagree with that. And again, before I keep playing this video, people need to understand something about Israel, whether you love them or you hate them. I don't care. Number one, I do not care. I pray for Israel and the rest of the people in the world, right? Don't care if we're best friends with them, if we're supporting them, not supporting them, doesn't matter unless it has to do with my family. which is my country, my countrymen, my countrywomen. That is the only place in the Middle East, okay, that has similar values as a nation that we do. It is what it is. They're the only ones that's basically like, look, if y'all need something done, y'all want your bases over here, you want some military, we got you. It's a military strategic point for the United States. It is what it is. We don't have anything like that anywhere else in the Middle East. In that location, that specific location, prime real estate, if you really think about it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You don't gotta like it. You don't gotta like them. I don't care if you do, if you don't. But what you say next really strikes me. Listen to this.
I got Muslim friends, and I think we have a lot of things in common with them. Like, they have a lot of high regard for Jesus and the Virgin Mary. We like.
Okay, let me explain something to you two brothers, man, to the Hodge twins. I got a lot of Muslim friends too, and I love them to death. But there is a big difference from a American Muslim to a Muslim from over there. There's a huge difference from the Muslims in, say, Dearborn than there is to the Muslims in a place like Iran. I don't understand how you don't understand that. The Muslims in America are American. They have the same values as us, even if they have a different religion. The people that I've met in Dearborn, phenomenal, dope, and they're Muslim, but they're proud Americans. They wave the American flag. They have the American flag in front of their establishments. They are Americans. They are our countrymen. Okay? Whereas over there, they burn the American flag. They chant death to America. They call us the big Satan, the great Satan, whatever you want to call it. It's not the same, brothers. It's just not. No matter how you try to spin it, it's just not. Ask any Muslim. Ask any Muslim who's real. They'll tell you straight out, oh, it's different over there. From all them different places in the Middle East. You ask them, would they want to go and live over there, live over here? They're going to say, oh, no, I'd rather live here, bro. Straight up. It's different. Ask the women if they'd rather live over there or live over here. They're going to say over here. A Muslim woman in America don't got to worry about anything bad happening to her if she breaks the law that's in the Quran. If she breaks Sharia. She don't got to worry about if something, God forbid, if something happens where, maybe she cheats or her eyes go wander somewhere else, or she speaks out of turn, or she don't got to worry about her man being able to do whatever he wants to do to her and it be justified and be okay. She don't got to worry about it. It's different. They do not have the same values that we have. And it's not because they're Muslim, right? But because their nation is ran from the law of that book. There's no constitution other than Islam in a lot of these countries. I don't understand how you don't see that. And you say they hold Jesus in a high regard. Yeah, they say that Jesus is a prophet, which is fine because they're not technically wrong. Jesus was also a prophet. He fulfilled all three. You know what I'm saying? High priest, prophet, and God. You know what I'm saying? He's all of that. He's the Messiah. All of that. But they will they will behead you.
I just had that Catholic
they would behead you over there in them countries. Okay? If you said that Jesus is God. Do you understand me? They call you, I used to be Muslim. Okay? I was in there, I was in it. And I know the Quran. If you say that there is any God other than Allah, you are a polytheist and can be punished by death. Do you understand? According to some sects of Islam, let's just be real, the more terroristic minded Muslims. Again, the stark difference between American Muslims who consider me their brother and I consider them my brother over here in America, because we're like, yo, it's America, bro. You got your, I'll pray that what they'll tell me is the same thing I'll tell them. Hey, bro, I pray for you, man. I pray that, one day you'll come to Christ. They'll say, man, I pray for you, bro. I pray that one day you'll see the truth of Allah or the truth of Islam. And that's just what it is. We're brothers. We still look at each other as countrymen. Over there, not so much, bro. It's not hard.
Like, we have things in common with these people. It's like we have nothing in common with
Well, you raised this earlier, and I didn't get. There's a lot of.
He says that we have nothing in common with Jews. Again, this is where it's false. This is where I gotta give pushback. American Jews are different than the radical Talmudic, disasters that are over there in Israel or in certain synagogues, even in America. Let's just not fake like we don't have some of that over here. We have some terroristic types of Muslims in America, small amount. We have some some Talmudic Jews over here in America, small amount. But all the people that I know that are Jewish, cool people, bro. Some of them don't even practice Judaism. They're just Jewish ethnically. They don't even practice the religion. They don't care about that. They just love being an American. But you guys know, you guys on, the Hodge Swims and all these other influencers, that people aren't going to make those differences in their mind. They're just going to, Jew, oh my God. Muslim terrorists, oh my God. That's what they're going to do. And you know that. And you guys play into that. They're American. The Muslims in America, they're American. They don't act like the people that are outside of America. The Jews in America, they're American. They don't act like the Jews that are from these sects over here that thinks that Jesus is burning in a vial of excrement in hell. They're not walking up to you in public and spitting on you. They're not doing that. But Cash, we're allied with Israel. Okay, that's a nation. You're talking about religious people versus a government. Do I like the government? From the things that I know about Israel's government? No, not at all. Can't stand them. Can't stand them, but I pray for them. I pray for them. I pray that they'll come to know Christ and that he will intervene and make them do exactly what they should do and turn their hearts back to God, like it says in the Bible. I'm praying for the same thing that God's hoping for in the Bible. Y'all out here pushing this division and talking about, they don't believe the same way as us. And at least Muslims hold Jesus in some higher regard than what they do. Both of them would annihilate you, bro. Given the chance, both groups would annihilate you. Don't think that you're worthy of life. You're talking about the Talmudic Jews, the ones that believe the far out there stuff, the same way where you got the types of Muslims that believe in some hadith that other Muslims don't believe in and they don't accept it. The ones that take the hadith that they read and they turn it and twist it into something terroristic and then run with it. It's the same thing, just like Christianity. We got some sects of Christianity. You had the Triple K movement, supposed to be a Christian group, hanging black folks from trees, bro. They used something good and made it for something evil, twisted it, and people weren't reading their Bibles. They didn't know. Everything can be twisted. But us as a nation of people, us as Americans, whether you're Muslim, Jewish, Christian, atheist, black, white, tall, short, fat, skinny, gay, straight, whatever, we should be standing as Americans, not being divided, looking at our brother like, oh, he's an American, but he's Jewish. Oh, he's an American, but he's Muslim. Oh, he's an American, but he's gay. He's an American, but he's black. He's an American, but he's white. No. None of us 100% absolutely know what's going on in government and why we know the surface level stuff that they allow us to know. But you're not in a position to know everything. I'm not in a position to know everything. God didn't give us that position. God gave me my position as podcaster, influencer, father, trucker, singer, all the little things that he gave me that I can talk about, that I'm good at, that I know about. I can talk to those things. But a person that's not a father can't give you advice on how to be a dad. You ain't been a president. You ain't got no advice on how to be a president. You ain't been a governor. You can't give advice on how to be a governor. Well, I read all these books, and these books say, look, you know law. You don't know the experience of having to be in situations where you got to deal with another nation or how it should go until you're in it. It's a hard thing to say, you know what, I really don't know. I'm just going off of what I see right here. It's a hard thing, and not many people would do that. Not many people would do that.
A lot of rich, powerful Jews around the world, and if they can stir up all this stuff by Israel doing bad things, that their political class will get even more power out of it. This is very cynical.
This guy, Alex Jones, pushing trash. Pushing trash. Negro, you don't know if that's what these people are doing. You're just a conspiracy theorist, brother. A really good one, very popular, and I love a lot of your work. But you say these types of things and it makes people feel and do and be a certain type of way. You don't understand the dangers of the speech that you use, man, when you're talking about certain things. And I say that because you think about Jake Lang. We'll use Jake Lang as an example that was going out there before he got put out there as a pedo. You know what I'm saying? He went out there to Dearborn. And what did he do? He was telling people, oh, Muslims are taking over Dearborn. Muslims are taking over Dearborn. They're doing the prayer. We don't want to live like this, and had people panicking. So much so that I was talking to a guy at work at a place that I deliver to. And he was telling me about the Muslims, the problem of Muslims in America, and da-da-da-da-da. And I had to stop him because he thinks that I'm like this rock star because I'm a January 6er and, you know, do the things that I do and, you know, all the little accolades that I had, you know, or have, whatever. And I had to stop him and I had to tell him, brother, those Muslims that you're talking about over there in Dearborn are Americans. Yeah, but I don't agree with the prayer going off. Well, bro, you don't live there. Do the prayer? Does the prayer call happen where you live? Well, no, it's not where I live. Why is that? Because we're predominantly Christian. Okay, they're predominantly Muslim. You go into Chinatown. He was talking about the writing of people having Arabic writing all over the city. Listen, you go to Chinatown in Chicago, it's Chinese writing everywhere. You go into a Muslim part of Chicago, there's Arabic writing everywhere, but there's also English. They got both because they know that they live in a society where people read English, and if it's predominantly one thing, they're going to read in that language, so they put that language. It's no different than when the TV started putting subtitles in Spanish because they understood that we had a lot of Mexican people over here, and this was a long time ago. Remember? The captions, it says SAP. They put the captions to accommodate the people that are Americans that maybe prefer to speak or read in their language. There's nothing wrong with that. But we got people want to make a big deal. And it's because of the videos that go out that tell you panic, panic, panic. You don't got to live there. You don't got to live there. When I hear people saying these things, it reminds me of when black people way back in the day would move into a nice community and they'll be like, oh, there goes the neighborhood, because they had a preconceived notion about black folks because of what they watched on TV, the propaganda that got put out there, thinking, oh, all black folks is criminals. It's the exact same thing, y'all. Oh, we got to watch out. There's Muslims moving over here. It's all bad. No, bro. Oh my God, they got a synagogue over here. They're the synagogue of Satan. No. Talk to them. When I went to Skokie, when I used to work in Skokie, I had to work on this school and tear out the lead pipes and all of that was in there. Man, I talked to them Jewish people were some of the nicest people I ever met that live in Skokie, Illinois. That's a lot of Jews that live out there, and they are so nice to you, bro. They're American. They weren't looking at me as anything other than just a guy doing a job. Offering me water, hey man, did you eat today? Hey, how are you today? How's everything? Just kind, polite. They didn't care about anything else. They're living their lives. Now, if you're going to come to talking about like the politics side of everything, If you don't want to see Muslim writing, or you don't want to see Jews, or you don't want to see blacks, or you don't, use your vote, bro. Use your vote to vote for the candidate that's going to push what it is that you want them to push, and hope that they do it. Because that's all you can do. You can come and whine and cry and make all these little, the doom and gloom posts. Oh my God, the world is ending because we got Muslims in America. Oh my God, Israel. Oh, you guys disagree with me. You're Israel first. Oh, Trump is a puppet for Netanyahu. Oh, you don't support Palestine. Well, you're an enemy. All of you guys, left, right, all of y'all. Y'all, the ones that I'm talking, you know who y'all are. Where if somebody disagrees with you on one thing, automatically they're an enemy. You guys are the problem. You're part of the problem. It blows my mind. What else do we got here? Speaking of politics and a candidate, I got to show you guys this guy, Casey. Let me show you guys Casey. This guy right here.
It's a lie. He says that to make it sound smart, but what that's code for is I'm here to shove data centers up your tailpipe from all my big tech bro buddies and make all you, as he would put, dumb peasant Ohio, subsidize the cost of the electricity, have tax abatements so we can steal your land, resources, fresh water, and relatively cheap energy. That's what it is. That's what I mean by Trojan horse. He's trying to make it sound like something's good's happening when the data centers are only a leech. They are net loss to Ohio. They are net loss to the people. They are net loss to the future and our environment.
I like this guy. You guys don't know him yet. Maybe some of you do if you're in Ohio. Casey. I like Casey for governor, bro. Over Vivek Ramaswamy. You'll say, well, Cash, why? Don't you like Vivek? I think Vivek has got a great mouthpiece on him. And he said a whole lot of good stuff that he wanted to do if he became the president and all of that good stuff. But the fact of the matter is this is me. And I'm gonna be totally real with you guys, right? From now on, the way that I'm voting, moving forward, and this is for Cash. You don't got to do this, right? But this is the way I'm moving going forward. Obviously I can't vote in Ohio, but I really like this guy, so I think I'm going to start pushing his content a bit more because I feel like he aligns more with what I want for America. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he would do the right thing for Ohioans. All right? I am only voting for people who align more with American values and Christ. Christ coming first. If they align with that Bible and believe the same thing that I believe and want the same thing that I want for people, as far as that goes, that's going to be the people that I vote for in elections. Are they walking with Christ to the best of their ability? Can't expect everybody to be perfect. That's just not realistic. I'm not perfect. I'm a believer. You know what I'm saying? I got my cross on. I pray every day. I talk to God, I ask for forgiveness for every little bad thing that I be doing. And I try not to do it again. That's the type of people that I want to vote for. The ones that are, I'm trying to be better. I'm just trying to be better and I want the best for the people around me. That's who's going to get my vote. And that's who you should vote for. I'm never going to vote for a candidate that is not a believer. That's the main thing. If somebody is not a believer, for Cash Kelly, I ain't voting for him. Plain and simple. That's going to be a main thing that I'm going to ask about. What is your faith? All right, now I want to see it. I want to see how you operate. You know, what is your plans for the community? What are you going to, that's who I'm voting for. People that are Christ-centered in their heart with making America great on their mind. Making life better for Americans. That's what I'm doing. I'm not voting for nobody that's not a Christian. So, which is why Vivek, though God bless him, love him, I'll pray to God that, you know, he comes to a better understanding. But he's never going to get my vote for anything. If he tries to run for president, I ain't going to vote for him to be the president. None of that. I just won't partake. If it makes it to a time in this country where we don't have a candidate that is Christ-centered, I just won't vote. You know what I'm saying? I just won't vote. But if I believe in somebody and I'm like, you know what? I feel like they'll do a good thing. I pray about it. Yo, that's who I'm voting for. They got to be Christ-centered. That's me. So Casey for governor over there in Ohio, you guys. Check him out. Y'all get the chance, check him out. He's dope. Now, moving on. I want you guys to hear this from Dan Bongino. All right? Not a huge Dan Bongino fan, never have been. But he said something that it's the same thing that I've been talking about. It's the same thing that I've been talking about. And he finally saying something that I could get behind right here. Check this out.
So you understand the gatekeeper component. Part number 2 is they have a piece of hidden knowledge. Candace does this. Joe Kent's doing it now. Igor and his boys are doing it now. Trump is being gatekept from this hidden knowledge we have, but they never, ever tell you what it is.
Didn't I just say this? Didn't I just get done saying this like a couple months ago? They got a little club. They leave you little red herrings. You know what I'm saying? They make things so ambiguous that it's up to you to connect the dots and just piece things together that they don't even go to the same puzzle. But it sounds good. It sounds good and it looks good. So you start connecting these dots in your mind, and they can have the ability to tell you, well, we didn't tell anybody to believe that. We didn't tell you guys that. I never said that. That's what you'll hear them say. All of those names that he mentioned, that's what this, I never said that. No, you didn't say it. You didn't say that. You left breadcrumbs for people to draw that conclusion. You left breadcrumbs to bring people into confusion, to confuse themselves. You never said anything. You said a whole lot of nothing. But because people have already believed you to be credible, they're like, oh, this person wouldn't lie to me. They wouldn't leave me this way for no reason. Yeah, they would. They definitely would. You're right. Not for no reason. They're getting paid. They're getting paid. Well, by who, Cash? They're not taking any Qatar money. They're not getting paid by Israel. No. The climate today, you make money from content. Content is the paycheck. How else are you watching them? Are you watching them on TV? Only if you're on a social media site. Only if you're on YouTube. Only if you're on Facebook. Only if you're on X. Only if you're on Rumble. Only if you're on any of those. That's where you watch them. And guess what happens when you hit play? They get paid. Ad revenue, views, engagement, likes, shares. Content has become the currency. Also a way for them to basically launder, if you really want to be technical. Because if they do have somebody, and this will be the thing. See, if I was a very, very wealthy man and I had some things that I wanted to be infectious around the minds of people or in the minds of people, what would I do? Well, first, I wouldn't give them any money. Rather, I'd say, well, you know what? You're very charismatic. You are a charismatic individual. You have real potential to do something in social media. I see you're trying to build your page. Well, here's what I'll do. I've got all these bots. I've got bots that are going to hyperinflate your content. I'm going to make sure that you get 1 million views. That's going to bring you a couple, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, maybe $100,000 for one show. And I just need you to say these things. And I'm going to do it on all your platforms. I'll do it to your YouTube. I'll do it to your X. I'll do it to your, and that's what they're doing. They're hyperinflating these people, making them seem relevant when they're not, making them seem credible when they're not. And regardless if you want to believe it or not, when you see the numbers, when you see, oh my God, this video got 1 million views on the live. On the live, they got 1 million views. Oh, I need to tune into this. What are they saying? And then all of a sudden you got a bunch of little viral clips just going crazy. Oh my God, did you see this? Boom, and you send it to the other person. Oh, listen to what Candace said. Oh, listen to what Tucker said. Oh, listen to what, what's his name? Officer Tatum said. Oh, look at what the Hodgson said. Oh, check out Alex Jones. Did you hear this? And then they're flooding your time stream, your timeline. And you're like, wow, this person's really making a lot of sense. And then you go in the comments. That's what a lot of people do right off the bat. When you click on something, you just go straight to the comments first to see if and then guess who's in the comments? A bunch of bots. Oh my God, I absolutely love Tucker. Oh my God, he got it right with this one. Oh my God, Candace is onto something, you guys. We need to save her, protect her at all cost. That's what they say. And it's bots. You think they're real people. So are they getting paid by Qatar, Israel? No, I'm not saying that. They can, that's plausible deniability. No, I've never taken any Qatari money. Tucker, no, I've never taken any Qatari money. I just got a nice property that I stream out of, and they got a lot of bots. There's a science behind this, y'all. There's a science behind this. I've been offered since I got home. When I first came home, I had people reaching out to me. Hey, bro, I could guarantee you 100,000 views on your post. No. Just like I was in 2020, what'd I say? When they were offering me little brand deals, and I said, no, I don't want any of that. I'm going to do it organically from the people. And it worked. It worked. Organically off the people, we had over 500,000 people following. That's not big millions of followers or nothing. No, but it was organic, real people. Organic, real people. And I didn't have to sell my soul. I didn't have to be told what I need to talk about. I got to bring to you guys what I wanted to bring to you guys. And it just exploded because it was real. It was authentic. Now they're creating fake authenticity. Why do you think they pop up out of nowhere? The Nick Fuenteses. The hell did he come from? They just showed you a clip of him standing at January 6th with all the rest of us like he was some kind of patriot. That nigga ain't get a charge. Why didn't he get a charge? Glad he didn't. God bless you for not getting that charge. I'm glad you didn't have to endure what we endured. But how is it that now you're just this big mega influencer? And the first thing that you was pushing is hate blacks, hate everybody that's not white. Hate the Jews. That's what you was pushing. Out of nowhere. And you got this huge platform. And now, because people are falling, people passed away. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Now you switched it up. Y'all don't notice the plays? Nick Fuentes switched it up. Now, he's not racist. He doesn't hate people that aren't, or people that are black or white or whatever he hated before. Now he doesn't. He doesn't hate them. He's trying to soften up the message so he can grab more viewers because he knows there's a lot of people that are homeless right now without, Charlie around. Called it about Candace Owens way back in the day. I told y'all way back in 2020 that Candace was fake, bro. She's fake. She's not authentic. This is not her. Look at her now. Trying to destroy MAGA. Trying to destroy true faithful believers. Trying to corrupt minds. Leading people astray. Y'all tried to eat me up for it. When I first started talking about, when I came home, started talking about Candace, when she started doing all this crazy stuff. Look at now. Look at her now. I'm telling y'all, man, there's a science. There's a science behind this stuff, man.
Ever. They never tell you who they think killed someone in a murder case. They're telling you suspicious. They don't say anything. Yeah. All they do is they give you 2 data points, totally unrelated, and they let you make the connection.
And brief is.
That's the facts. Dan Bongino just spit facts. That's what they do. That's what they do.
I'm going to put a Lego right here on the table in front of you. And I'm going to put another Lego right here on the table in front of you. And I'm just going to keep having the conversation to where eventually your brain is going to be like, oh, I bet those things go together.
Exactly.
So the idea came from you. So I'm going to give you one piece of information and another piece of information, but I will never put them together for you.
Facts. That's what they do.
And the reason is that any idea that you think came from your own mind, you have no ability to resist it. So all I have to do is make you have an idea. So a regular example of this is, let's say you're watching the news and they say, local Austin woman has been reported missing. Neighbors said that earlier this day, people saw her arguing with her boyfriend.
Automatically, you're going to think the boyfriend got something to do with it. Right there, my mind just put that together that quick. How fast did yours put that together?
Oh, yeah.
Details after the break.
So Yeah.
And your brain's like, oh, I know what happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're being subjected to a psychological operation, a psyop. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's them trying to create a conspiracy theory. It is absolutely true. They are using tried and true techniques of correlation without causation, knowing your brain will fill in the pattern to make you believe that they have a series and set of hidden knowledge you don't have about Charlie, Epstein, something else. This is what they do.
I 100% agree. And I'm going to say this. Dan Bongino, right? Never been a fan. Never really been a fan. You know, he's just, to me, he was part of the problem, you know? But he got this right. And when I say a part of the problem, one of the ones that was too far right? Too far right. But listening to him on this take, he got it right. He got it right. These people come out, they say all these things without saying anything at all, leading you to make a conclusion, and you do, and you run with it. And then they just follow your line of thinking, repeating the same process over and over and over and over and over again. Candace Owens said Macron got a penis. Still ain't seen the penis. You know what I'm saying? Not that we want to. Just saying. Said that Erica Kirk got all types of crazy stuff and supposedly was a lesbian and all. She didn't say it. She insinuates it. Said all types of stuff about Charlie Kirk and Tyler and then switched the story up I don't know how many different times, leading different breadcrumbs. She's got so many. The Egyptian planes and you use the Epstein thing. I think with Dan Bongino, what I was about to say, Dan Bongino was up in there. He was in the know what was going on with the whole Epstein thing. Given anybody who did anything that is verifiable and true in those files, if it come out to be true, they need to be put away. 100%. I agree. And it doesn't matter who it is, Trump, anybody, right? But if he's in the know and he know, and he's still out here doing what he's doing, still on the side of Trump, still on the side of whoever he's on the side of, that should let you know something. Because I can tell you this, even though I didn't like the guy, I don't think that he's the type of person that's going to be on the side of those types of people, if you know what I mean. Do you feel me? He does not strike me as that type. I can say what I want to say about how he was with his content before, but he does not strike me as anything less than man, if you feel me. You know how we would get if that was, you know, especially if you've been in prison, Doesn't strike me as that type. They've hyperinflated this Epstein thing. If there was anything true that they're saying about the Epstein thing about, let's use Trump. That's the hot topic, right? If it was true, if any of it was true, don't you think the Democrats and the enemies of Trump, the never Trumpers, the rhinos, don't you think that they would have ran with it? The same way that they select little things that they put out there, don't you think that they would have put it out? You had a DOJ, you had an FBI they hated Trump. Don't you think that they would have released that when they were putting false allegations on him with the whole, the chick that walked into the Depot store or whatever store it was she was getting some clothes and Trump groped her and don't you think? When they talk about his taxes, every little thing that he did, don't you think that if it was anything true about what's in them files about Trump, don't you think they would have used it? But instead, what do you get? A lot of the victims coming out and saying, no, he's never done anything wrong to me. But now, all of a sudden, you got all these people coming out the woodworks with proof. They've got proof because somebody made allegations. Somebody can say anything about you. People can say anything and make a bunch of allegations about you. Doesn't make it true. Doesn't make it true. Let's see, where's the newest thing at right here? This guy. This guy right here. When we go, we got to pray for this guy. Listen to this. This is Ted Lieu. Ted Lieu. Let's listen to what old Ted got to say.
So why are Republicans so interested in Bill and Hillary Clinton? It's because they're trying to distract from the fact that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files thousands and thousands of times.
Okay, let me stop him. He doesn't tell you how Trump's name is in the files. They find an allegation that's made by somebody allegedly, right? And then they run with that. They don't tell you if you go and look in them files. When you go and look in them files, Trump's name is in there a whole lot of times. But guess why? That nigga was telling on Epstein. This is look this up if you don't believe me. Trump was a literal FBI informant against Epstein. His name might be all through the allegations. Yes, Trump was there one time. We seen him at a party and he was doing his dance and getting drunk in the corner with some baddies. And yeah, nothing about him doing nothing with no kids. Was he, maybe, I don't know, maybe he was doing some freak off stuff like with Diddy with some regular older women. Can't see Trump doing anything with no children. You're never going to get me to believe that. If it was true, you wouldn't have to make so many AI generated photos. I see it all up and down my timeline. I got this one lady that I be praying for. You know, she is always just Trump bad, Trump everything, sharing all kind of fake stuff. They even put community notes underneath her post talking about this is an AI generated photo. This is not real. She still runs with it. You got all these people, they just want it to be true. They want it to be true. The same way they wanted everything else that they tried to allege against Trump to be true. It just ain't there. But let's listen to what Ted got to say.
In those files, there's highly disturbing allegations of Donald Trump raping children, of Donald Trump threatening to kill children.
Threatening to kill? And raping? Really? Well, how come ain't nobody pushing that in the media? If CNN ain't saying it, then you know it must not got no credibility because they'll push the smallest lie that could possibly be true against Trump. Ted, I think you got it wrong there, buddy. And you say, I got to bring this up. You said the reason why the Republican Party is pushing so much on Bill and Hillary? No, it's because of their own testimony, bro. They've been pushing hard against Bill and Hillary for a very long time now. Years, bro. Before Trump got in office, scandals on Hillary Clinton, taking kids from Haiti. Come on, bro. Bonding out the chick that was her, what was it, one of her aides or something like that when she got arrested for literally trafficking kids from Haiti. Went to jail, bro. They had to go and get her. What do you mean that they're only pushing this because of what's said about Trump? No. We've been known about Hillary and the Hillary Foundation or the Clinton Foundation, whatever. We've been had eyes on them. Is it true? Well, what I just said was about the whole Haiti thing, Pizzagate and all of that stuff. Is it real? I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say that I know because I just don't know. None of us know. We watched a couple documentaries. We've seen some stuff that points to it, but it's the same thing that Candace does. It's just little breadcrumbs that make you draw an opinion, draw a conclusion. I don't know if that's true about Hillary and Bill Clinton as far as all of the conspiracies go. I don't know. But what I do know is that the Clinton Foundation has been at the core of some shady stuff involving kids, and the people that were involved were part of that, and they had to go and get her out. I know that. That's verifiable, which would also add to my suspicions about the whole Epstein thing, especially with Bill. Bill's a freak. He been a little freaky little dude, man. Bill been a freaky little dude for a long time, bro. Straight up. You could argue Trump been a little freaky dude too. 100%. But he ain't never got caught with his foundation trafficking kids from Haiti. Kidnapping charges against his aides. You ain't had that. You ain't heard it. That's all I'm saying.
So I encourage your press to go look at these allegations. And I'm highly disturbed that Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche just got the law wrong. Yesterday, he said, essentially, that it is not a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein.
It's not a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, now it would be because he's dead. So it'd be like something with, I don't know, whatever crime that is with hanging out with dead folks, you know? But at the time, it wouldn't have been a crime to hang with, it wasn't a crime to hang with Diddy. Diddy was having all kind of little Diddy freak off parties. People was hanging with Diddy. It's not a crime to hang with freaky people. It's not. I don't condone it. I don't recommend that you do that, especially if they're involved in the dealings like Jeffrey and Diddy. But it's not a crime unless you partake in it or see something and don't say something. Guess who said something? Trump. That's the part I wanted you to get right there. It's not a crime unless you don't say something about it. Nigga, he did. He did, Ted. Literally worked for the FBI to bring Jeffrey Epstein down. How? How has he committed a crime, dog?
Well, that's actually not correct. If Jeffrey Epstein was human trafficking minors for these sex parties, and you show up and patronize the establishment at that party, yeah.
You have to have knowledge that that's what they are doing. When he thought Jeffrey Epstein was a creep, my man went to the FBI and snitched on him, bro. Worked for them. All them times you see Trump's name in there is times where he's telling on Epstein, bro. Go read it. You're a freaking senator or whatever you are. Representative, whatever. Go read the files, bro. Trump's telling on the nigga. What do you mean? They talk about it's in there 3,000, 4,000 times. Yeah. Yeah. Why though? Read that part. Why is his name in there?
Yes, you're guilty because patronizing is part of the law, of the federal sex trafficking law. So Deputy General Todd Blanche just got that wrong, which maybe explains why they aren't investigating all these folks, including Donald Trump. He needs to read the law and investigate these people. He also needs to resign, not only for not knowing the law, but a massive, not only screw up, but the biggest privacy violation in history. They release a lot of pictures of minors unredacted, just violated the privacy of these girls. It is uncalled for what they did. The one thing that they could not do under this law was to invade the privacy of these women now who were girls at the time who were victims of sex trafficking. Also, he met with Ghislaine Maxwell, moved her to minimum security prison, and then got a puppy for her. So for all those reasons, he's just got to leave the Department of Justice.
Well, buddy, I think, I don't know about the whole puppy thing. That's weird, you know. But at the same time, I was in prison, and you know that the people that snitching, they get accommodated. And Ghislaine Maxwell probably said some things when she got questioned that got her that puppy. She's probably like, I'm so lonely in here. Can y'all just, she said what she wanted. She wanted to be let go. Let me out. They said, no, you're not going out. We'll give you a dog. We'll give you a puppy. If that's even true. I don't even know if that's true. You just, I don't know what you're even talking about. But bro, you are a straight clown for that. Talking about he can be charged because he patronized his establishment while these things. Nigga, shut up. Shut up. That's so stupid. Especially if you talking about you read the files. Read the files and see why he's in there. Don't just talk about an allegation. Talk about the time him in there literally telling on Jeffrey Epstein. Talk about that too. Talk about all the other people. All the other people's names that are in there. It's funny to me that they only want to throw Trump out. These files have been out now, right? What other names have you read in there, Representative Ted? Who else is in there? Because that's really what all of us want to know. What are the names of the people that are in there? That's what I want to know. The names of the people that are in there for a crime, a proven crime. That's what I want to know. But if they don't tell me, guess what? I'm not going to cry about it. You know why I'm not going to cry about it? Because I don't know what the hell they got going on, what kind of investigations they may have going on. And anybody who used to be a criminal, like myself, you understand that if they are doing an investigation on you, you are not going to know until you get that knock on the door and you are indicted. Well, why aren't there any open investigations on any of the names in the Epstein files? There might be, stupid. There might be. Ask anybody that's ever got hit up with a conspiracy or a RICO or any of that. You didn't know you was going to get investigated or that you were being investigated for the last 10 years. Yeah. They were investigating me since I was 12 years old. I didn't find that out until I caught the case. Since I was 12, they had me down as a gang leader at the age of 12. And I was not. It was bad information that they got. I was not a gang leader. I wasn't even in the gang at 12 years old. But that's the information they had. I didn't find out until I got that knock on the door and they said, guess what, sir? You're going to prison. We're here with a federal warrant for your arrest. Yeah, that's how that works. You don't know that you're being investigated until you are behind bars, bro. I don't know. And you could tell some of these senators and representatives and Congress people, like, I don't understand how they even made it there other than ignorant voters. Because how do you not know these things? You're literally a lawmaker and you don't understand that. Like, where are all these people that understood that they were being investigated before they got arrested? Show me them. Show me anybody who knew that the feds was on them until the feds came and got them. You just don't know. When the feds do an investigation, believe me, they are thorough. They build a case. They take their time. They let you hang yourself completely. And then they come get you. Then you find out, nigga, is that a picture of me when I was 12? Why they got a picture of me when I was 12 throwing up a gang sign? Where did they get this picture? When we was all at the cookout over, how the hell did they get the picture? They got nice cameras that they sit way back in the cut and they zoom all the way in and they get a picture of you in the setting that they're investigating you on. That's a fact. Ask any nigga that's been investigated by the feds, they'll tell you it's a fact. They had pictures of me at cookouts. Didn't know until I got arrested. Who put this guy in office? Who put this guy in office? That's what I would like to know. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. Now, let's go into more doom and gloom. Okay. This is funny right here. And this is what I'm saying, like the hate has just gone to an extreme level. Look at this, guys. Oh my God. Look at all the crows, you guys. Look at all the crows flying around Tel Aviv. Oh my God. You guys know what that means, right? You do know what that means, don't you? Do you know what that means when all the crows are flying around like that in Israel over Tel Aviv? Who knows what that means? I don't. I didn't know. I had to go and read. I had to read. And this is the greatest thing. And again, look at this. Look at the name. Look at the name right there. Can't even read it. It's in Arabic, right? I don't even know the name. So we know why this got put out there. But it said, and it's being shared like crazy all over X, 2.3 million views just on this, guys. But it's all over X right now. And all the hateful Jewish hater people are all in the comments talking about some crazy stuff. But let's read what it says. It says, urgent. Crows are hovering densely over Tel Aviv. And those who know the signs realize that this is not a reassuring sign. What does this kind of crow gathering indicate, Grok? So then they asked Grok. Let's see what Grok says. What do you say, Grok? Grok says the gathering of crows, or the common hooded crows in Israel over Tel Aviv, is a common natural phenomenon. Well, what do you mean? That means it happened before? Oh, let's keep reading. Especially in the winter and spring. Oh my God, we are in the winter spring right now. That's just so crazy. It occurs for biological reasons. the evening gathering routine for rest, forage, and food, or partial migration. Wow. Who would have thought that this normal common thing that happens every single year in Israel is happening right now at the exact time where they're at war? Oh my. It's like it wouldn't have happened if they weren't at war. Would it? Jesus. In folklore and myths, it is symbolized as an omen of misfortune or major events. Scientifically, just smart birds living among us. Nothing catastrophic about it. the video shows a very large flock, but it's routine in coastal cities. Well, well, well. I bet you that wasn't the response that he was looking for when he made that post and asked Grok. I bet you it wasn't. But it's good to know that at least AI is good for something, I guess, and stopping people from being absolutely slow. But God bless you, bro. God bless you. I hope that you figure it out. And then we got this right here. I wanted to highlight something in this. So, Patriot Drama Corner, Portland, Oregon. So, according to Shane, yes, Jesus is telling him to wave his guns around and threaten murder on live stream to your face in Spaces on X. It doesn't matter. He will threaten your life. Then he will label you false organization to put a target on your back for the hound dogs to come ruin your life. And then it's got this picture right here of Shane's page, and it says, first and foremost, a follower of Christ, patriot and former Marine, rifle and pistol coach. Well, God bless you, brother, for your service. Thank you. I appreciate it. But this is exactly what I mean. Now, I don't know this person, but I can tell you this. If this is true, and he is in fact telling people that Jesus told him to raise his guns around threatening murder on his live stream, into your face and in Spaces on X, he's a liar. He's a liar. That's not Jesus telling him to do those things. Okay? I can guarantee it 100% because one of the commandments is literally, thou shalt not murder. So I don't think that Jesus, I really don't think that Jesus would be telling him to break his commandments. Okay? I just want to point that out. But the reason why I highlighted this is because this is what I'm talking about. So many people with Christian or follower of Christ in their tags, in their bios, but not showing the behavior or bearing the fruits that would suggest such. That's part of the problem. You can be blunt. You don't even have to be nice. You can talk with aggression, towards the thing that's got you angry. But the moment that you start threatening murder, the moment that you start calling people horrible names, you know what I'm saying? The moment that you start calling curses on people, wishing death and that's where you lose it. It says to be angry and sin not. I'm angry about a lot of things, but I'm trying my best not to sin. You might trip up and you might say something you don't mean. I got a real problem with calling people stupid, dummies, morons. That's something that I struggle with. And what I mean to really say is the things that they do are just stupid, idiotic. It's just they do moron stuff. It's moronic. That's what I mean to say. So I've been trying to catch myself on how I speak about people or the things that people do. But that's an issue. We can't do that. We can't do that, guys. If you're not a believer, go for it. Do your thing. Because then that just, it is what it is. You don't have any guide or moral wherewithal, You don't got no part in Christ. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you that don't believe the same way that I believe or believe in what I believe in. I'm not talking to you. Do your thing. And my prayer is going to be that God's going to bring you into the fold. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking to the people that do believe. There's a certain way we got to carry ourselves, whether you're a Democrat, you're a Republican, whether you're black, white, whatever. I don't care. There's a certain way, a certain standard that we're supposed to have and the tone that we're supposed to set when we are out here in this world, man. I know I don't seem like a believer from the way that I talk. If people was to judge me by the way that I talk, the way that I dress, the way that I look, you'd probably be like, yo, this nigga, you're a liar. You're not. You know what I'm saying? But I am. And I prove it in the way that I treat people. I prove it in the way that I am behind closed doors where no one sees me. I prove it in the way that I am with my children, in the way that I try to move through life. And I don't need to prove it to you. I only got to prove it to him. But me trying to prove it to him and being in alignment and reading and knowing what I know, when I see you not doing the exact same thing, and your fruits that you're bearing are rotten, well, then I know that you aren't like me. Then it's not my duty to judge you, but just to call you to repentance, man, and say, hey, bro, what you doing? You slipping. Let's get it right. Come on. We in this together. And that's the message that I'm saying to each and every one of you senators, congressmen, world leaders, presidents, whatever, whoever you are in a place of leadership, get back to God, man. You can be a great leader and still serve God. Not the false gods. There's many false gods, a whole bunch of them. Not the God of this world. Not Satan. Not talking about him. Not Allah. Not Ron L. Hubbard. Not any of the false gods. The one true God. The one that stepped off the throne into time, bore your sins, died on the cross, rose again, and ascended for you. That God. That's the God I'm talking about. Put him first, and I guarantee you'll be an effective leader. Not just for your country, but for the kingdom. You trying to win votes so that you could be elected? Make sure you got the vote of the one person that matters the most. That's it. You lead the people right, you're going to be blessed. You may not be as wealthy as Maxine Waters because you'll turn down the backdoor deals, but you're going to earn favor with God and the people, the faithful people. Turn it around because it's not too late. It's not too late. To all the leaders that are in any office right now in this country, around the world, if you happen to see this, it's not too late for you just to turn it around. If you read in that Bible through the whole Old Testament, man, the whole Old Testament, all God is doing is telling Israel, turn your hearts back to me and I will forgive you. If you don't, I'm going to turn my back on you. I'm going to cause this curse and I'm going to make you have this disease and your firstborns and your cows and everything is going to go bad, nigga. I'm going to hurt you. He didn't say that. He didn't say nigga. I'm paraphrasing. But he said, look, after all of your adultery, after all the things that you have done, you spit in my face, you have turned away from me. If you just turn back to me and say, look, I'm sorry, with a repentant heart and say, look, I messed up. I'm sorry. What can I do to fix this? And he said, look, I just want you to do this, this, this. Uphold my commandments. Do right. Turn your hearts back to me. And I got you. You're going to be straight. I got you. Bring you back into the promised land. Bring you back into my favor. It's a terrifying thing to fall into the hands of the Lord. And you teachers and leaders, you have a greater responsibility. Oh, you got a greater responsibility. You're going to be judged. We all going to be judged, but you're going to be judged if you leading people astray on purpose. On purpose. And it is a very, very terrifying thing to fall into the hands of the Lord. And to you leaders that call yourselves believers, but don't show it, don't act like it. Listen, you know why it's a terrible and fearful thing to fall into the hand of the Lord? Because you have climbed so high on the ladder. You have climbed so high up. You are up there. You'll fall. Your fall. When you fall back out your chair or something, you get that jump scare, like, oh, and then you hit the ground and it don't hurt that bad, and you just get and you're embarrassed a little bit, but you get back up. But imagine if you fall out of an airplane. You're going to feel like you're going to die before you ever hit the ground. Imagine falling from a height that is just insane into God's hand. Ooh. Oh my God. You're going to feel terrified. And you're going to feel, once you land in God's hand, your nerves are going to be shaken up. You're going to be like, you lost everything. Oh my God, I almost lost my life. But you'll be safe still. Be safe still. If you really following God, you really with God, and then you fall from that height because you slipped up and you're unfaithful with what he's giving you, he still got you. Oh, but you're going to be terrified in that fall. You're going to feel like your world's ending and your life is over once you hit that ground. You just better pray you don't hit that ground and you fall into God's hand. That's all. That's all I got. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this made a little bit of sense to you, man. Look, stop following some of these people, you guys. Look at this guy. Look at him. Look at him. Look at this guy. This is who people's kids are following.
Yeah, those people are just freaks. The whole like anyone that has any genuine racial hatred, we have to just say there's something wrong with you.
Now, that's what I mean when I say he's kind of likable. When you just listen to him sometimes, he's just he cracks me up. He's hilarious. But I seen through this. I've seen through it all. That's a stark difference from the videos that I played in the beginning. When I first started sharing stuff about this person, all the hate Jews and blacks and the hard R's, the Mexicans, and now he switched it up. He's toned it down. They propping this boy up. Mark my words, y'all. They propping this boy up. They've been propping him up. They propping him up. So this new message that he's giving, softening people up towards him. It even gets me sometimes. I'm like, yo, you know what? Maybe he is changing. But then you listen to him on another show and you're like, oh, nah. Oh, nah. You say, let me check some of these comments, by the way, before we get up off here. I have unsubscribed to a lot of channels, Cash. Good. I'm so happy that you're still on my channel. I appreciate that. I did August 9th, was baptized by water and the Holy Spirit. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Great message. Yo, I appreciate you, MK. Real talk. He'll never turn his back on us. No, he never does. We always turn our back on him. And I wish people would understand that. God is right there. God is right there. I prayed the other day, man, when I was praying, I say, man, God, I'm so glad that you're hearing me again, because I see God moving in my life. And I'm like, yo, I'm so glad that you're hearing me again. And I could see it and it hit me in my head to say, I never stopped hearing you. You stopped talking to me. That's what literally, that's the voice that I heard in my head say, I never stopped listening. You stopped talking to me. And how real is that? God never stops listening. He's right there all the time. We stop listening. We stop talking. And that's the truth. Amen. Amen. Real talk. Say, thank you, Cash. God bless you. And I don't know if you saw, but I followed you on whatnot. Oh, thank you. I haven't been back on there. If you start selling again, would love to support you and your family. I freaking love you, Creole. I really do. I appreciate that. I need to get back on there. That was a lot of fun. I go on there and sing. Blessings, Priscilla. Blessings to you, Priscilla. Joe, you're a sweetheart. You know that? Blessings, Cash, and your family. Blessings right back to you. Pastor Elwood Patrick says, pull him up. You will love him. And we're going to have to check him out. Yo, man. I really love you guys. I mean that. Again, it's been a road. It has been a road. And I got to be real. You know, I need to say this to you guys. I apologize. Because I don't do this as much as I should, as much as I would like to. And it has been for a couple different reasons. I get discouraged because I lost it all. You know what I'm saying? I lost my whole following. So rebuilding it's been such a freaking struggle. It has been a struggle to rebuild it all. And I'm not nowhere near what I was when I had it. And it gets discouraging sometimes. And then when they play with your page and they shut you out of the algorithm, and then you don't fit in anywhere with what you're talking about. Like, I know everything that I said on here tonight, it's not like what you're hearing from the rest. It's not. So I don't really fit into the one side or the other, you know? It's so fractured and so splintered out there. I feel like sometimes I'm just talking into the void. But sometimes, like today, it gets so overwhelming, like that urge to just have to come out and talk about some things and try to bring some common sense and bring people back to what really matters, that you just can't escape it and you just got to do it. And that's what I did today. It was like, God was just like, yo, you need to get out there and you need to talk. You got a voice and you got some things to say. Yeah, you don't got what you had before, but what I have given you is good enough. And I battle with that with God, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm faithful. I was faithful though. I came on and I did the show. I came on and I talked. So I was faithful in it, but man, it is really discouraging. You know what I'm saying? And then I'd be so tired. I just got off of work a couple hours ago, and tomorrow I'll be gone. I'll be gone until Friday, you know? So my content has gone down in producing. I haven't been producing as much content as I would like to, as I was. I haven't been able to go live in my office. I love being in my office, and I haven't been able to do that because I'm working. And I'm grateful to God for that. I'm grateful to God for my job. I love my job so much. I love driving a truck. I love being able to support my family, you know, the right way, and not have to take from anybody else, whether they're willing to help or give. Not having to depend on that is good. I like that I'm doing it, you know, on my own. I'm liking that I'm not a burden to anybody else. That feels good, especially after losing everything, like going to prison and all of that. It just feels nice to be able to take care of my family. But I really do wish that I could do this more. I miss just coming in my office every day and putting together a show. I would like to do it more, but it just doesn't pay the way that it used to because I don't have the following that I once had. I mean, it brings in a couple $100. You know what I mean? It's nice to see a check come in randomly that I wasn't expecting from Facebook, and it just be so beautiful and so nice. And YouTube, the same thing, just be nice. But I'm not where I was. So if you want me to get back there, then I need you guys to help me do that by liking the videos, sharing the videos on whatever platform you're watching on. And yeah, just pushing it out there. And then also letting me know some of the topics that you feel are important, that people need to hear about, or maybe if you want a different perspective on something that you're confused about, and maybe you just want another take, being mine, let me know. Let me know in the comments. And I would try to be here more. And I'm so sorry that I haven't been able to be, but it's been full-time dad, full-time husband, full-time job. And I'm trying to get back to it. All right. So I promise I'll keep on trying and digging to do that and manage my time a little bit better. All right. With that, I hope each and every one of y'all have a fantastic night. I pray for blessings over your family, over your going out and your coming in, over your finances, over your job, over your health, over everything. And I pray for those that don't know God or haven't experienced God the way that I've been experiencing God, that you would, and that it would be even greater than what I've been experiencing. And if you're a hopeless person out there, you don't gotta be. I've been there too. Don't be hopeless. God's plans for you are better than your wildest dreams. I really believe that, which is why, you know, I'm trusting my own process as well. I know what he got for me is what I'm stepping into, and it'll be greater than anything that I've ever thought of. You know what I'm saying? But I'm very grateful for where he has me right now. I really am. I'm grateful for where he got me right now. So yeah, man, don't be hopeless. You're not alone out there. We're all struggling. We're all confused. We all don't know what the hell is going on. We're trying to make sense of it. But the one thing that I can tell you for sure, 100% accuracy, is that there's a God in heaven that loves you, man. And he don't want you out here wilding and being scared and being fearful or any of those things. So anybody that's out there, any of these influencers you listening to that's pushing that stuff on you, man, reject it. Reject it. You already won. Claim your victory. You already won. If you are in Christ, you already won. There's nothing to worry about. The wars, the rumors of wars, the famine, the earthquakes, natural disasters, all these different things. You don't got to worry about it. We win. We win. We might have to go through it, but we're going to get through it. Okay? We're going to get through it. Know that. That's all I got. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for my star senders over on Facebook. Thank you for my super chat people over here on YouTube. Thank you for all the people that comment, share, and like this video. I love you guys. I'm gone. Peace.